Every night, I dream the same dream. And then... the nightmare begins.
Whosoever hears this audio, if they be worthy, shall possess the inside human and superhuman abilities of the world's mightiest metahumans. Accompanying this journey of high-quality nerd commentary, we got my man Colton, a.k.a. Pizza Parker. Talk to the people.
Yo, it's your boy Colton, a.k.a. Dweeb Richards, a.k.a. Black Bolt, but I'm dead, a.k.a.
Deadbolt,
a.k.a. Maria Rambo, a.k.a. the better Miss Marvel, a.k.a. the better Captain Marvel, a.k.a. Two halves of Peggy Carter, nigga.
Yo, we also had the greatest...
Wait. A.k.a. Hater Strange, nigga. I need your bitch. Give me your bitch.
You already know what this episode is going to be about. Yo, so we also have the greatest engine in the entire multiverse, my man Gas. Say what's up.
Yo, what's going on?
And it's your boy Dennis, aka Old Dirty Dennis, aka West Indian Chavez, aka the Book of Vision. Because where the fuck was that nigga? Aka I break bread, ribs, multiverse heroes, aka the podcast is supreme, nigga, aka knees weak, arms is heavy, blood on a sweater already, read spaghetti, bars, aka Professor D, nigga. To me, my Triple X Men. Yo, we have a special episode for you today. This is, just from the AKs, you already know that it is Doctor Strange. We about to go crazy, you know what I mean? My man Colton wanted to talk about the Patreon real quick. I'll let him do that before we jump in. Just let them know.
Hey guys, do you guys like giving patronage? There's a website called Patreon, and we have one, the Mighty Metahumans. You know, if you want to support us, we have different tiers. We get, extra content, and there will be different things of that nature.
Yes.
And
it's coming.
It's coming soon.
Word.
So we got that. We got that cooking up for y'all. The Mighty Metahumans on
that's in the kitchen right now. So yeah, like I was saying, this is the Doctor Strange episode. Niggas was on Twitter. I was on Twitter and I was like, yo, let me start like cooking up bars for this shit. And niggas was ready, son. They was like, yo, when's that episode dropping? Cause, before I even go into it, me and Colton talked before, and I kind of had a feeling, cause usually the dynamic is I'm usually the, it was cool. And Colton is the, that shit was trash, nigga.
Yeah.
And we was talking, he was really feeling it. In the back of my head, I was like, damn, I'm gonna be that nigga today. I might be that nigga today.
I mean, the
because I got some complaints.
Is like, I have my list of what I hated about the movie.
Right.
But I will say that I have started going into Marvel movies and specifically Marvel movies and comic book movies. With the mindset that I am not going to come into this thinking this is going to be cinema. Like, this is going to be the greatest thing I've ever watched, ever.
Okay.
And I brought my expectations down. And I think with bringing my expectations down,
it made you like it more.
It made me like the movie more. And not only that, but it's one of those things where I also actively avoided spoilers. Like, actively muted things, I didn't even tweet the word Doctor Strange or Multiverse of Madness for like a month.
Wow.
So that the algorithm wouldn't even just show me anything.
Gotcha.
And that also helped me out a lot.
Okay. So I guess you could say that's your initial thoughts. So I'm gonna give mine, and let me just pair that off with, this is a one watch stance. It may change because I do plan to see it at least one more time.
True.
But in the immortal words of Jason Jadakiss Phillips, it's good, but it's not enough.
It's not enough. Yeah. I
you know what I'm saying? Like, it was, you know what it is? I think maybe, kind of like you said, I'm a victim of my own hype. But also, I feel like it's partly Marvel's fault. Like, the way it was kind of framed to us, it felt like this was kind of be like a magic civil war. You know what I'm saying? and it turned out to just be a Doctor Strange sequel, which is cool. You know what I mean?
I do get it. I do get what you're saying. Go ahead, continue.
But that's not how it was presented to me. You know what I mean?
That's
if
true.
they presented this shit like this is Doctor Strange 2, that's totally different. They didn't give me that. You know what I'm saying? You look at the trailers, yeah, you see Doctor Strange, but you get Wanda, you get hints of a Professor X, you got this new character, America Chavez, you got Wanda wilding the fuck out. There's a lot of things going on in this movie that's framed as a Civil War large ensemble.
So my boy is basically saying that this is like a duo-verse of madness.
Exactly.
And not really a
This
multiverse.
was not It wasn't even mad, nigga. Like this was
So it was like a duo-verse of
calmness, nigga. Like
of annoyance.
Yeah.
A duo-verse of annoyance.
Of hijinks.
Okay.
Like this.
I get it.
This was not madness, nigga. You know what I'm saying? So all right. So we're gonna try to go through this, not necessarily frame by frame,
We
but
don't
like
even have
main
to do
scene.
it frame by
Yeah.
frame.
So I'm gonna start it off. First off, shout out to my son, Defender Seagal. Know what I mean?
Defender Seagal was going crazy. But
you know what I mean?
I actually have a problem with the intro.
Okay.
So I have my list of the things that I hate about the movie. And
Okay.
I feel like I want to lead with that.
Okay.
So people don't think that I'm out here like on the Marvel street team. Like I'm not. Like
Okay.
I like this.
You know
movie.
what we should do? We should start from a place of love.
Let's
and
start
then
from a place of love.
criticize.
Okay.
So give me what you like.
Let me start with the love of this intro.
Yes.
Yo,
this nigga thinking hard as fuck.
he has a nice ponytail. I like his ponytail style. It's like the old school Strange Dawn. I
Yeah.
do like that. Like, it's like comic accurate.
Yes.
Now, let's go to the hate.
Yo, that was mad short love. I like how he did the thing with his head there. That was cool.
I like that America got two moms.
Okay.
Shouts out Marvel for that. Because that's real. That's
Yeah.
actually comic book accurate.
Right.
But now, I don't know. Like the intro happened and I was watching it, and at first I was mad excited because I was like, oh shit is happening.
Mhm.
But then I was like, what is happening? And then it was just like
And then it was over.
and then it was done. And then it was like that intro was kind of like it was meh.
All right.
Like
so,
I didn't feel nothing.
so
I
I'm
felt
so-
nothing.
I'm-
It felt super random.
right.
It felt like that could have been something that they threw in 10 minutes into the movie.
Yeah.
And then I would have been like, this probably makes more sense.
Right. So I would say for me, again, following you, the ponytail, very on point.
Hard.
Know what I mean, like I said, watching the whole thing, I just got real Defender Seagal vibes. It just
Yeah.
felt like he was just like, listen here, okay? I'm gonna protect you, okay? Like
Yeah, he
this,
was
this
using
monster,
mad
this is nothing. This
low-
is nothing. He's
low
nothing.
effort karate.
Yeah, like this is nothing. This is nothing to me. And they're like running through this thing because it starts off. I did like the idea of starting off without like a slow build. Like let's
Yeah.
just jump right into this shit because it's a 2-hour movie, so you can't play around for too long. So they jump right into this shit. They're like running from this monster. He's doing his karate shit, which I do kind of. I'm put a pin in the karate part, but I do like that he was trying some karate shit. He did have spells different from our Strange. He
Yeah.
used a lot of ice and shit. I
Nigga
thought
was
that was kind of
actually
cool.
like,
Yeah.
it seems like he's more hands-on than
Yeah,
our Strange.
he kind of gave me our old Sorceress Supreme vibes because
Yeah.
she was on that karate shit.
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah. Facts,
she used
facts.
spells, but she was on that karate
Facts,
shit.
facts.
So I did like that. So I'm like, okay, they introduced us to that. There's this monster. We have no idea what this shit is. There's no explanation. They're just running from this shit. He's trying to get her out of there, and he fails.
Yeah.
And he basically turns there and says, well, I gotta kill you because I can't let them have you. And it was just like, wait, what? Like,
And we're
if
just like, okay.
If this mission was so integral and so important, why they only send you? Like,
Yo.
why wasn't there a team? Like, why is it just you handling this monster by yourself that you clearly couldn't handle? Because y'all had to run. So clearly this was beyond your Strange of whatever planet Strange you're from, universe you're from, you weren't able to handle this. So, like the thing cuts him. He barely manages to save her, and the monster gets sucked into the portal along with him, right?
Yeah.
And the movie starts off. Strange wakes up and he's he had the dream. Or whatever. And
basically ensued a Gatorade commercial with
exactly with Dwayne Wade. So fast forward, we get to the wedding, right? Because I mean, we get to the wedding. He gets he puts on his drip. And I did watch the first Strange before I saw this movie. So while I don't remember the doctor's name that sat next to him, he basically told Strange you don't get bitches.
Yeah, facts. Straight up.
He was
said,
like,
damn, nigga.
Yeah, like you here at your ex's wedding, you got no bit. Damn,
you
that's
maidenless,
crazy.
bro.
Yeah, like
you don't got no maidens, bro. That's crazy.
Like that's mad wild to me that you got no bitches. The part that I also found really funny, and while it's just because of my own like sick brain, because they didn't make it a big thing in the movie, is Christine left this nigga for a black dude, son. Like, she you know how whack she gotta think you are? Nigga, you're an Avenger.
We love to see it.
With sorcerer powers.
Not only that, but if I don't know if anybody peeped, but Christine's husband, the dick eating is crazy. That nigga loves Dr. Strange.
Yeah.
Like the dick eating was very crazy.
Yo.
Like it must suck.
Nigga,
that your shorty,
you lost your shorty to your number one fan,
to a stan, to a nigga that has a Doctor Strange AV on Twitter.
Nigga, she could have been with you. You could take her anywhere in the world through portals, and she was like, "Not black dick." And when she get on, she leave your ass for a black man.
Listen, man. Nigga, maybe that nigga slinging the magic stick. Nigga, who knows? And Strange not, nigga.
Wow, magic stick, sorcery, bars, nigga, levels.
That's all I'm saying. But yeah, one scene that was super dope that came off of that was when he took the drink and jumped off the balcony and did the change.
That was swag.
And a cool detail was his handkerchief was the cape.
That was hard.
And I was like, oh shit, that's hot. Nigga like flipped off the shit and then
he got style points for that.
That shit was hard.
He practiced that shit.
I was like, okay.
He practiced that shit.
Okay.
So he's out there, he sees a disturbance in the street or whatever, and he can't see the monster. I don't know why the monster was invisible at the time, but whatever. It was invisible. It was after American Chavez because she was on the bus.
Facts.
And he flexes a little bit. He does the fucking mirror dimension shit, but with just the bus. Separates it, gets her off. The monster, I guess, grabs her, and he uses the cape to catch her or whatever. And he starts to like chop the shit apart with the pieces of the bus, which is kind of swag. You know
kind of lit. Kind
of swag. I was like, okay, he's doing some shit. And we did see that the monster was it wasn't who we thought it was.
It wasn't Shuma.
It wasn't Shuma. It was Gargantuos or some shit like that.
But here's another thing. Here's a question that I had when I see Gargantuan and they was fucking Gargantuan up. Why is you here, ho?
Exactly.
Like what like we're gonna get into why Gargantua was there, but like why was Gargantua? Why?
I was trying to understand that as well, because shouldn't the monster that was in the dimension shit have been there instead? Because it got sucked in through the portal. Like why did the overall physical change? And like it didn't. I didn't get that.
It was,
but okay, we're rolling. Like there's still the beginning of the movie. We're still rolling. We don't know enough. I think the funniest part for me is after they do all that, my nigga Wong shows up.
Yeah,
first time this nigga's like on the scene of a job.
Yo, first time a nigga actually shows up to get into action.
Ever.
And it's hard.
It's hard.
Nigga pulls out like a magical sword and shit.
Yeah, like I did like that. And that was another thing going back again to the pin I brought up earlier about physical combat that I feel like I'm going to have granted it's Doctor Strange, but still I'm going to come back to that. I do like that Wong, like the shield things that they usually have in their hand. Like you said, he turned it into a sword and I was like, oh.
Also
okay,
that
swag.
if as theorizers, It's theory people. That spell kind of looked like the shit that Athena was doing in Eternals. Like kind of how she was making the swords and shit
like
happen.
Yeah.
And it kind of looked
maybe it traces back to her
something that
lineage.
has to do because and again, more theories. If we go back to Shang-Chi and we talk about Shang-Chi and we talk about when at the end when they was like, oh, what kind of technology is this? Like I'm thinking like they're doing small connections when it comes to things, and we might need that Wong Disney Plus show.
Yeah.
To see what the fuck that nigga be doing when he go through them portals.
Fuck,
why you always be leaving? What are those missions?
When are you not like? Why are you not on the job?
Why on your spare time you fighting Emil Blonsky, nigga? Why are you fighting Abomination in your spare time in a death battle?
You are the Sorcerer Supreme.
What is happening? Why did you go back with him into a hole talking about, nigga, you gonna have to practice that move? Why are you friends with
Yo, it's a lot going on there. We got a lot of questions.
But Wong did mad great in that scene.
Nah, he did.
So did Strange, in my opinion.
Yeah. I mean, you could see their difference in styles. Like, I feel like Wong's style is more aggressive, and
that's why
Strange is like fucking hijinksy. Like, it's just like, hey, I'm gonna, you know what I mean? I'm gonna take this arm and I'm gonna slap it and use my cape.
Doctor Strange is like legit a magician.
Exactly.
Like legit.
Like, this is like if fucking Shaggy from Scooby-Doo was Sorcerer Supreme or some shit, and you magic.
I'm getting the vibe that you don't like magicians. I'm getting the vibe that you don't fuck with magicians like that.
I do fuck with the chocolate magician. So.
Okay, I get it. I do get it. Okay, that makes sense.
But okay, so we move forward. They have their conversation with America, and she explains that dreams, when you dream shit, is really you seeing into the multiverse, which I thought was very interesting that they threw that in there. But go ahead.
Dreamwalking is dope.
It is.
But also to mean that if you have a dream, you're watching an alternate reality you
is insane.
Is a cop-out. That is the ultimate cop-out of all time. But it's a cool cop-out.
It is.
It's one of the coolest cop-outs I've heard in a long time.
I feel like it's something you can relate to outside of the movie.
Yeah,
like, nigga, that means I've seen dope. You know how many fucking multiverse versions of myself I fucking
hilariously enough. Let me tell you. Are you gonna bring up the
dream?
Are
you gonna bring up the fucking dream
that I had? Right, quick dream, guys. I was dream walking like niggas in the movie. I had a dream where basically I was on Twitter, and then mad people that I know specifically started like tweeting me like RIP and you gonna get yours. And I was like, what the fuck did I do? I remember in this dream feeling like, what did I do? It was just mad people like, you're gonna get yours, blah, blah, blah. I didn't live in this house. I lived in some other crib. And I remember my doorbell rang. I answered the door and it's Dennis. And I'm like, what's up, Dennis? And he's like, yo, we about to do the pod. And I'm like, I bet. And I was like mad vigilant. So I think I was like talking to him through like the door or some shit. And I was like, I bet I'm gonna unlock the door. And I had like 2 doors. And I opened the first door, and then the other door, I can see through it. And Dennis is with mad people with like fucking torches and Molotov cocktails, and like fucking and Cope is there. He got some type of futuristic gun. It was like so much crazy shit happening. Tana was there. She started like lobbing like Molotovs immediately. I like closed the door so fast, and then it was just me in this house trying to barricade shit, looking through the window, and these niggas are setting the house on fire. I don't know what I did, what alternate me did, but damn, nigga, fuck, you fucked up all your friendships, all of them.
Yo, that shit had me crying, son.
Yo, matter of fact, that should have been Multiverse of Madness. That's way more.
Real
that's
madness,
way more
nigga.
madness.
Oh shit! All right, so we move forward to one of my favorite scenes, where basically Strange was like, "Yo, Wanda, I need your help, son. Like, I found this girl, she be doing like mad crazy multiverse shit. Like, what do you know about the multiverse? And she's just like, yo, Vision brought that shit up once, but we didn't really talk about it. But what's going on? He's just like, yo, she be doing like time space shit. He's like, and she's just like, yo, he's like, yeah, I got her at the Kamatage or whatever. And she's like, word, so just bring America here, it's safer. And he's like, wait, I never said what her name was.
Yeah.
And she was like, I fucked up.
Okay.
She was like, all right, let me stop playing around. And she just went straight, fucking Denzel on this nigga. She was like, yo, nigga, I want Shorty. I want my money. Jake, I want my money. Like, nigga, if you don't bring Shorty by the end of the day, boom, shoot program, nigga. 23-hour lockdown. Like, she went straight training day on this nigga. And he's just like, well, she at the fortress, so if you try and pull up, do your worst, nigga. And she literally said it in the calmest voice, which is why this nigga, Wanda was crazy. She was like, yo, I'm offering you mercy. Like, this is mercy, Strange. Like, Steve.
Quick question. Is that mercy? Okay.
That's what I'm saying. Okay, so think about it. If that is mercy, what is her wilding out?
What are you even saying to me right now? Honestly, I'm gonna be honest, right? There's like shit. It was shit. It was certain things that's happening in this movie that I'm like, I have to remember this is a movie. Because if I went to Wanda, was like, yo, I have this girl that we need to help. And she goes, America. And then I'm like, I didn't tell you her name. And then she's just like, all right, fuck it. Unclicks whatever the lie is. Tells you, this is me being reasonable. When she's being very unreasonable, I'm going to be like, bitch, what actually are you talking to me about right now? Because this isn't reasonable. You think this is reasonable, but it is not. And I feel like the conversation would have went on longer if it was me.
I don't know if it goes on longer.
But then again, she can control the conversation. So
because she literally said, like, my nigga, the dream that you had with the other Strange, that monster, I sent that shit. Like, I was trying to get Shorty. And if I gotta go through you, Swang, and the rest of Kamatage to get her, that's me being reasonable, nigga. Because I can just make you explode right the fuck now. Like, please. So Strange leaves. They fortify the Kamatage, and they're like waiting for her. And she literally comes like grim death, the nigga, like just smoke clouds for just her. And she pulls up on these niggas. And one thing I do like is the fact that you can see the progression in her power, because she was able to do that whisper spell while she was still in the air. Because remember the last time she did that shit, she did it in Age of Ultron, where she went around whispering in everyone's ear. Also, but she had to physically be there.
Put your hands up for your son, Young Prophet over here, who correctly predicted that the fucking smoke was Wanda.
Exactly.
And that they photoshopped it out of not being red.
Yeah.
And you call that 1,000% correctly. Like 1,000% correctly. So clap it at one time. That's hard. That's hard.
I mean, just doing the metaverse thing. But yeah, so she does the whisper shit, and she catches the white dude, something I'm gonna bring up again later. And she just tells him to run. Because again, this is her being reasonable. So she tells the nigga to run. He breaks the formation, and the shield breaks down. Shield breaks down. She starts wilding the fuck out. Like wilding the fuck out on these niggas. They brought up magic cannons. She tore the cannon apart. Like, she was wilding. She lands. And again, this is like, I want to say like
First
everything
of all, Klay
from her
Thompson let everybody down. That nigga looks like Klay Thompson with a wig, and he let everyone down.
He did.
The second I seen that nigga, I was like, him. He's about to snitch.
He's the snitch.
He's gonna fuck everything up, guys.
She saw it too. She looked.
She was like, ooh,
that's the one.
She was like,
that's the one.
Run, nigga. He was like, I can't lie. That would have been me, nigga. Nah, I would have been fucking out, nigga. There's no way. I'm not staying there. What? Nigga, y'all know who this is? Did we not all watch WandaVision?
Yo.
That would have been me. We all watch WandaVision, right?
Like, you know them niggas is in trouble, and I can't even blame him for running because Doctor Strange had to come here and get backup. What am I supposed to do if Doctor Strange needs help, nigga? Like, what? Like, she had him in her own little made-up world, and he didn't even know that he was in a made-up world, nigga. Like, you serious? Like, I don't want no parts of that shit. So, yeah, so it leads into, this is all, like, one continuous scene that I did enjoy. Like, I did enjoy her tearing apart Commentage.
Yeah.
Like, calmly, too. She wasn't even mad. Like, she was calm. She lands. Doctor Strange takes America Chavez, and they're, like, hiding her in, like, a room or whatever. And this is one of my favorite parts.
Marvel did some things here, and this is what I'm talking about.
This is where I kind of sat up in my chair because it really did feel like I'm gonna give Sam Raimi mad props for that because it wasn't scary for me, but I understood like this was their scary Marvel shit.
A Sam Raimi type of, it's
exactly.
an Evil Dead type of scary.
Exactly. So when she's trying to get into the room through reflections. And you would see like an arm, like a zombie arm and shit, and then they would have like cover it.
Also,
and,
quick nitpick. Why they got so many fucking puddles?
Nigga, I was like, yo, do y'all not, like, it's sunny outside.
First
like,
of all,
why is it
y'all got 100,000 students. I know y'all got some niggas that can mop.
Yo.
And y'all know magic. Y'all don't got magic mops, nigga? Y'all don't know mop spells?
They had that in Fantasia, nigga. Like, niggas why don't you have this?
Niggas is the worst magicians ever,
these niggas live, damn, bitch, you live like this?
Nigga, why y'all got so many puddles inside? That's the question.
Who's not handling the plummet? Like, nigga, it's way too much fucking water.
I get that it's an old building, but why is there so much goddamn puddles inside?
That shit was funny.
But
yeah,
it gave us that scene. That was amazing.
And that was a really great scene. And leading up to this, I already felt like the star of the movie to me was Wanda. Like, Elizabeth Olsen was killing this shit.
Yeah, she
dedicated, like, I don't know how much time went into this, but she was fucking Scarlet Witch right now. And then when they did the ring shit, where she comes through like a fucking zombie, like on her back.
That shit was fucking crazy.
I was like, yo, Wanda's bugging the fuck out right now.
Can you relax, man? First of all, I thought this was a children's movie. I thought Disney made this. What the hell is this?
She came out on some ring shit. I'm like, what the fuck is this? I was like, yo, Wanda's
I jumped a little bit. I was like,
yo,
okay.
When Wanda learned this?
Where'd she learn this from? But this dark hole, nigga. It's the damn dark hole.
Son. So she comes in, and before she even comes in, I think what set the whole scene off was when Strange was trying to open a portal, and the shit melted. Like the ring that he uses to do the portal shit melted, and then it just turned to smoke, and the whole room went dark. And that's when like the puddle shit started. And I was like, oh, yes. Like Wanda was Omar, son. Like she was like, yo, Wanda coming. Like she was really bugging the fuck out. So then when she comes through the final portal to get Shorty, and she doesn't have control of her powers, like America Chavez, she just can't figure the shit out. And she opens the portal by mistake, and her and Strange fly through it. And then we see the scene from the trailers where they're like going through all these different universes and shit. They land, and this is the part that definitely had me funny. So, they land in I think that was Earth 838 with the flowers like everywhere. Like it was supposed to be like a perfect utopia.
Yeah.
And red means go, green means stop, I guess. And they went through that portal or whatever, and then they meet Baron Mordo, aka Shamar Morph variant, from the fucking
braid wig
Medea universe, nigga.
It's fucking horrible.
He saw Steven was like, hello, like they really that was definitely the Medea universe, man, because them brains were terrible.
Nigga, you gonna have to come with me. Anytime we see Steven, he's getting locked up.
Exactly. So they caught this nigga with T. See, this is why, like, I fuck with T, but at the same time, don't ask me. I don't trust the nigga that's offering me tea in a whole another universe, my nigga. Like, you don't even know why I'm here. Like, why do we have time to sit and drink tea?
I'm not drinking no fucking tea with nobody, nigga.
First
of all, why
you
soda. Offering me shit?
Exactly. I need a soda that had the cap on, that I twist it and it makes the sound.
I don't even want that. That nigga's no magic. You know what I want?
That's true.
I want you to give me some fucking answers. That's what I want. Why? What is happening, dude?
So this nigga gives these niggas tea, and he's just like, oh yeah,
the oldest trick in the book. Also, by the way,
son. These niggas fell for tea, son. So he gives these niggas tea, and they like, and you know what's the fucked
And that's
up
exactly
shit?
why Wong is Sorcerer Supreme and not Strange.
You know what pissed me off just now thinking about that?
What?
This nigga fell for that in the first fucking movie,
Exactly.
nigga. Why you
Nigga
still
is the worst.
Why you still falling for tea, nigga?
This nigga is legit a Scooby-Doo character. Like
What'd I
Dr.
say?
Strange
What'd I
is a
fucking say,
Scooby-Doo
nigga?
character. Like he is. He's a cartoon character, grown man. He's basically like Toon Force Tony Stark.
Nigga, so they fall for the tea, and Mortal's just like, well, see, nigga, I gotta take you to the Illuminati, aka the Suicide Squad. So
Yeah.
he takes these niggas to this fucking prison, and they're like trapped in there, and they trap America Chavez in this box that she can't use her powers.
She can't use her powers, yeah.
Right? And they take Strange and they lead him to this room.
Let's put a pin in that.
Okay.
They trapped her in a box where she can't use her powers.
Okay.
Let's put a pin in that.
Put a
Continue.
pin. So they lead him to this room, and who's in this room?
I got you. Let me explain.
We're introduced. Go ahead.
We're
Introduce us.
We see Shamar Moore with his dread wig. Sorcerer
Hello.
Supreme. You feel me? Then we get the best version of Captain Marvel, Maria Rambeau. Then we see, God damn it, why is she here? Peggy Carter, right? Then we see, oh shit, it's Jim Halpert. He's wearing a Fantastic Four cosplay. And then the last person, ABC's own Inhumans Black Bolt. But he got a fork on his head.
So yeah, we get introduced to these guys, and I won't lie, in the middle of seeing it, each release, I was like, oh, because I mean, everybody wanted John Krasinski to be Reed Richards. That's been a fan cast for years, and we've said on this podcast that one thing Marvel does is some fucking fan service.
Yep, they love that shit.
They pulled that shit off, and they caught me. I was like, okay.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck?
I was like, oh, so we're
I was
doing
like, wow,
this.
they're actually doing this.
Yeah, I was like,
wow, this is actually happening.
This is a real thing that's about to happen.
And I was
even
also,
when I saw Black Bolt, son.
Yeah, I was like, oh shit. But then that also could go back to when we talked about Miss Marvel. Y'all can do it, you sons of bitches.
Yeah.
Why y'all pretending like y'all can't make Inhumans a thing again? Y'all can, and y'all showed it, but then y'all also...
We're not going to talk about that just yet.
Oh,
but yeah, so like, I see Black Bolt, and it's like, oh shit, like this is the actual actor from the TV show that failed. Like they actually brought him back with his
I thought Kevin
costume.
Feige put them niggas in the
never
dirt,
happened
dungeon.
So that's why he put the mask on
it
this
happened.
nigga. But I did like that because one thing I want to say about Phase 4 is they've been very clear about staying comic accurate about suits. Moon Knight suit.
Yeah.
Black Bolt.
Sam
Sam Cap, Wanda, like they've been very accurate with like
their
the costumes.
suits been going
and they look
crazy.
good, son. Like
even Strange.
Yeah, like they look really good. So I do want to give them props for that. I was very happy to see the new Captain Marvel because I was like, yes, that should have been the thing.
Man.
Know
that
what I mean?
should have always been
that should have been the thing. So I did like that, and then we got to see my son Professor X. I mean, he pulled up in the chair, and he pulled up in the comic accurate suit.
Yeah,
like the chair, the gold chair with the green suit on. Like he was that version, and I was like,
it was
we're
was
doing
90s.
Yeah,
and I don't know if y'all know, X-Men 90s is coming out.
Yeah, X-Men 97.
What I'm thinking, and this
it's
is
gonna connect.
I'm throwing
already
into
with you,
theory
son.
world.
I'm with you.
It's gonna be an episode where they somehow convince them to not do the certain shit. Like the X-Men might travel back into time and somehow tell Professor X like, oh, nigga, Multiverse of Madness gonna happen. You might not want to go to work that day, nigga.
Want to call out.
You might not want to. Wanda gonna be wildin'. And it's just that that was a good cameo.
Yes, I really did enjoy that. So now we're gonna slowly start leaking into my problems with this movie.
Yes,
right?
Me too.
So, they introduced these guys, and one of their famous last words were, "We're not worried about the witch," said by Reed. One, there's clearly a Wanda in this universe. They do know that Wanda exists. They know she's a witch. They've been paying attention. They should know the abilities that she has, what she can possibly do, right? So they're talking to this Strange, and they're telling him what happened in their universe, which was they had a Thanos, and they murked that nigga.
Facts. But
just the 7 of them murked this nigga.
I don't know if it was just the 7 of them. Because I in my head, from the way that they dealt with the strange... Yes.
That's where I'm leading to.
Yeah.
I'm leading us to that. So they said, yo, we murked that nigga. Like, they showed Thanos in the corner, like, laid out like he was
just fucked.
Nigga.
I don't know what they did to that nigga, but he was dead as hell. They put his own sword through his chest. So
okay, so like at this point, I'm like, oh, this is the Illuminati.
Oh,
like,
they going crazy.
These niggas, they really moving. And then, you know, they sentence that Strange to death because they said he used the Book of Ashanti to
the Darkhold.
Use that to kill Thanos. And in the process, it caused an incursion. Now, I did not remember the incursion part when they mentioned that at that time in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to come back to the incursion by the end of the episode. But it caused an incursion. It caused the whole planet of people to die. And their answer to that was to kill him. Now, when I heard that, I was like, they're a lot more strict in Earth 838 because Hawkeye was killing niggas. And we were just like, yo, that fucking Hawkeye.
But not only that, but hold on. But to be devil's advocate, Strange, whatever he did with the Darkhold must have scared the fuck out of everybody else. Honestly, I truly believe he hit the Darkhold power and then he started doing karate with Thanos' sword and was wilding on him. And they probably was looking at this nigga like, we might have to get this nigga out of here. He can't be doing that. What the fuck is this?
Like, the way they killed them with Black Bolt, which was really cool, was to see him just say sorry. And this nigga just burned to like
apologize.
Like,
that nigga just turned into molecules.
Dust, nigga. Like, he was nothing.
That shit was fucking crazy.
So,
and it was cool watching Black Bolt's power.
Yes.
Also.
So like seeing this, it kind of gave you a bar in which you can like rate the Illuminati. It's clearly like these 6 niggas together are pretty fucking powerful.
Yeah.
And then they had Strange on top of that. So it was like 7 of these niggas, they was gonna go crazy.
But that's when my problems start coming in. So
exactly. So they're having this conversation and they say, well, you know, we had to lie to the world and tell them that Strange was the one that saved everybody and he died in battle. When it was really they had to kill this nigga because he killed a whole fucking planet of people. So they're in the middle of the speech, and what's going on the other side is Wanda was accessing the Darkhold to dreamwalk to the Wanda in that universe because she was trying to track these niggas. Mm-hmm. And she gets that Wanda, which was a really cool scene with her like appearing in like the mirror and shit to that Wanda and like scaring that Wanda basically.
Yeah, like what the fuck are you doing here, other evil me?
Exactly. So she gets a hold of her and she gets to the Illuminati base, which is like in the middle of Central Park or some shit, like just out in the fucking open.
Son.
Which made no sense to me, but okay. Very accessible for like anybody that jogs.
So
she pulls up.
She pulled up.
And here's my problem with her just pulling up. You have the greatest telepath of all time. This nigga did not sense her coming. Just no
have
no malice. Just
smartest man in the world. Ultron bots. Like I'm sure you have and I'm gonna take the pin out. You have America Chavez in a box that can stop her powers. I'm sure you have the capabilities to dampen people's powers when they.
Why would you not have one for Wanda? One of the most dangerous, Omega level, like enhanced.
She gets in the spot, confronts these niggas.
She starts murking everything.
They're like, put Strange somewhere safe. We gonna go figure out what the witch is doing.
Before they even get to that, they had the Ultron bots, and that means you have these super robots that did nothing.
That did absolutely nothing.
They just ran to her. Like
they didn't even tell you.
Nigga, like, and it's a whole building.
The alarm, they show Strange and then the alarm goes off.
Yes. So the alarm goes off and they go to deal with this. And
they don't go to deal with it.
Everything that I said everything I said in the past 5 minutes, erase all of that.
Disregard everything he just said.
Because Jesus fucking Christ.
Because this is why I called myself Dweeb Richards earlier. This nigga is supposed to be the smartest man in the world, on the planet.
Nigga.
The first thing he does when he sees Wanda.
Hey,
listen, Wanda.
See this nigga right here?
Relax. This guy next to me, Gas, when he yells, you gonna turn into fucking dust.
So you better not find a way to make him not yell,
like,
cause then we fucked.
I could get Cuz to yell right now if I wanted to. And then
she was just like, all right, so how you gonna do that?
So
with
what mouth, nigga?
And
then
it was just over, nigga. Like, cause
here's another thing. Here's another idiotic thing. Nigga, Black Bolt. You realize you don't have a mouth. Why the fuck would you try to yell?
Any other time, you would not talk with your mouth. You'll sit there, because you know the capabilities of your powers. Why would you then make a sound, my nigga, and kill yourself? Because basically that.
Why would you yell in that moment? If you have all the and I'm not even talking about just because we're different. Like anybody else that's not Black Bolt has not gone through that much time without speaking and having that type of discipline of not speaking.
Exactly.
So other people don't have that excuse. I could see other people yelling if they realize they don't have a mouth. But I could see him We've seen this nigga angry and not make a sound. So are you okay? Okay.
So let's continue. So from there, it was pretty much they were down
murder.
bad. It was just down bad because he dies. She takes apart Reed in like 2 seconds. That nigga's silly straws and this nigga,
Stretchy man. What did Stretchy man think he was gonna do against a witch?
He said, "Hey,"
he said, "Listen, let me stretch my hands really big so you can see me put through this halt sign. Stop."
She literally said, "Nigga, move."
She said, "You got kids?" He said,
"That was my hardest. That's the hardest line."
He said, "Yeah, I do too."
No, he told her. He was like, "Yeah, I understand where you're coming from because I have kids." And she was like, "Oh, you got a wife?"
She said, "You got a wife?" He said, yeah. And she said, cool, because now somebody gets to raise your kids, nigga. And it's not you.
I sat up and I was like,
oh, Wanda, nigga. And then this is where the good comes in.
Yeah.
She was murdering.
Yeah, she was murdering.
She was murderizing. First of all,
I was like,
shout out. First of all, again, let's take another
PG,
pin out.
Nigga? What?
Niggas was saying, we said earlier, this is a good group of Illuminati members, apparently.
They took Thanos.
Nigga, you would have thought these was 4 random niggas the way they was fighting, son.
It was like the Three Stooges, nigga. Like,
it was nuts. Like, I felt like y'all showed that y'all smoked Thanos. And in the way that y'all fought Wanda, just everything from the way y'all talked to her to the way like y'all actually fought her outside of Captain Marvel. Shout out the real Captain Marvel.
We're going to talk about that in a
but,
second.
But like outside of that, like you would think these were the biggest fucking idiots. This is the idiot verse.
Exactly.
This got to be the
because you know what it was to me? How did you guys team up to take down Thanos and decide that to fight Wanda, you would fight her one at a time? You could have overwhelmed her. I'm not going to say that they would have won, but you could have overwhelmed her with the powers that y'all had. Like, are you trying to tell me that you had Captain Marvel, who was wilding in binary form, and you didn't think this would be a good time for you to use Professor X and get into her head?
Yo.
And throw her off physically?
Using him just pulling up mad towards the end. I was like,
this is bad
what
writing.
Is this plan?
I was like, this is bad writing.
This is terrible. Like, this is such a bad... and it was like, it's bittersweet because I really love that scene. Like,
so before we tear that apart, I do want to say the only scene that I really, when I said teamwork happened, was when Captain Marvel and Captain Carter looked at each other. It was like, yo, let's do this shit.
For
exactly.
Real.
Like, they actually... Because
it
was kind of working.
I was like, and again... Shouts out the real Captain Marvel because Maria
she was going hard,
putting in fucking work. Like Wanda was like, "All right, bitch, you gotta relax. All right, you doing a lot. What is this? Why her power is so crazy?
Yeah,
like Wanda was even like, this magic is supposed to be way stronger than this.
This I usually don't fight this long. Like, she was putting in work, and I really loved it. And as a Captain America fan, I did smile when she said I could do this all day. But at the same time, Wanda was like, I don't have all day.
I absolutely smiled after that when she got chopped in half. I like Captain America. Peggy Carter is cool. She's a badass. I fuck with her. She popped up with her little jetpack, and I was pissed.
I thought that was cool.
Fucking pissed.
I thought it was cool.
You know I don't like her like that. I was fucking pissed.
I thought it was
she
cool.
got chopped in half. I was excited. I'm sorry, guys.
I thought it was cool just because it felt like, okay, Captain America can do certain things, but a conversation we had about the new Captain America is because Sam Cap has wings, he can do wing karate.
Wing karate is hard.
So the fact that she was like, maybe I should have the ability to fly, especially I'm amongst all these other niggas that could do all this crazy shit, to push myself over the edge, I should have something like that. And she's working with Reed, so yeah, he could probably design her a very small jetpack. So I did like that. And I was like, oh, okay. She was kind of doing her thing a little bit, but at the end of the day, this is still Wanda, nigga. Like, this is still Wanda, I think, answered the question of who's the strongest Avenger. Like, she made that very fucking clear. So, yeah, like you said, she cuts Peggy in half. She can't do it all day. She got shit to do. And Monica go really fucking crazy. So, talking about things that I didn't like I said, I don't like how that fight ended because to me, it doesn't mean that she died. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, the rubble fell on her, but at the same time, we're talking about a person that can fight in space and flies through ships. Are you trying to tell me a pillar of rocks fell on Captain fucking Marvel and she died? To me, it just looked like she knocked out. Like, I don't believe that she died. Like, that was a really corny ending.
It was like, But then you have to also remember this is Sam Raimi we're talking about. Like, he is the guy who made the Evil Dead. Like, he is the corny gore nigga. Like, he's mad. It's mad campy. All his shit is mad campy. And like, that's why I could understand why people like you not really feeling how Doctor Strange be moving, because he do be moving. Like, I feel like mad people was acting mad goofy in this movie.
That's a point that I want to get to.
Like, only Wanda was serious and Wong.
I want to get to that. So yeah, so you know, Maria Rambeau supposedly dies, and then after that, which was another great horror scene, was Professor X finally deciding to show up at the end of the fucking, after they slaughtered the whole fucking Illuminati, he pulls up and he goes into her mind. And I don't know if Professor X is just weak against Omega level mutants with emotional instability, but didn't he not die just like this against Phoenix? Like, when she did the leg shit to him, like when she had him walking up the steps, he keeps dying to like women that have super Omega level powers, nigga.
This one might be almost as good as the Crip Walk. We have to rank Professor X getting smoked by other telepaths and or witches. And
no, this was better.
This might be the best one. Cause the Crip Walk was great.
No,
but she ripped his head in half.
Nigga. Like,
that shit was actually crazy.
He saw the other Wanda. He tried to get her out. The smoke came. I thought this was really. I just thought this was fucking like this. The cinematography for this was fucking fire. Yeah. And you know, he tries to pull her out, and she slides underneath on some shit, like right back into the underground. And before he could turn around, like, if you see that in slow motion, they made her look like a zombie,
she
like witch,
a fucking demon.
And she came and she snapped this nigga neck, and I'm like, yo, this
his head in half. She didn't snap his neck. She ripped his head in half.
I was like, nigga, this is PG.
I was like, we can do this. This can happen. Like when they chopped Peggy in half, I was like, this is real.
Nigga, I felt like Okoye in Infinity War. Like, why was she up there this whole time? Like, what? We can do this? Like,
yo,
we can get away with this? Like, why weren't we doing this whole time? Like, so she kills him off. This nigga dies, and it's just like, yo, okay, all right. So this is the whole Illuminati. Like, these were the niggas. Like, tell me the real story of what happened with Thanos. Did he slip and fall on his own knife? Because, like, I'm not really believing this was the team that took down Mad Titan Thanos. Like, I'm just not believing this shit at all. So, you know, she goes through these niggas and she's still looking for America. She finds her. Christine is trying to get her out of the fucking glass shit, which by the way was really stupid that she was using the fire extinguisher, because clearly you guys built this shit to be like crack proof. So why the fuck do you think that this fire extinguisher would break her out, when if you put somebody in there that was super strong, wouldn't they just be able to punch their way out? Like, I didn't understand that. Uh Wanda manages to steal America, clearly. Meanwhile, Strange and Mordo are fighting. Here's my problem with Mordo in that scene. Why is Mordo the same fucking Mordo in every universe, my nigga? Like, why are you so fucking annoying that you're just annoying in every universe? You're supposed to have different personalities for every universe. This nigga's the same Mordo in every fucking universe, son. Like, he was just, oh my God. So, like, they have their little fight scene. At first, he's doing really great with the karate, but this nigga still loses to Strange. Like, you're still second best in every
Nigga
universe,
still
son.
whack, nigga. Why are you so whack everywhere, nigga?
Yo,
And
so
that shit is
annoying,
crazy
son.
because it's like that nigga is also a pussy in every universe.
Yeah.
That shit is weird.
Son, I was so fucking annoyed. So, Strange gets out or whatever. Him and Christine, because he still love her in every universe. I guess that was their, I love you 3000.
Also, Christine is you Reddit nerds that basically made up the numbers for the Marvel shit. She works with the Baxter Foundation.
Yeah.
And she's like, I made 838 and 616, and then we did those numbers in that universe. So I guess shout out Christine, man. She's an incel. In that universe.
So what's her name gets America Chavez, and a part that I did find interesting was that I want to bring up now, since we're like at the end. Wanda was kind of Black Lives Matter because she didn't technically kill the black members of the Illuminati.
Yeah, you feel me? She was like, I'm gonna do the white people dirty, but the black people, y'all
like,
real.
This kind of just felt like white on white crime, like the most of the movie, because Mordo was fine. And like I said, I don't believe Maria is dead, honestly. Like, there's no way she died to rocks. You're literally the strongest Avenger on this team. There's no way Rubble killed you. I refuse to believe it. So she gets her. Meanwhile, while that's happening, Wong was still with her, because remember when America and Steve teleported in the first place, Wong was still in that room. So it was just Wong and Wanda. So she uses him to take her to the Darkhold temple. And she definitely was like, yo, why'd you teleport us here? Like, it's fucking over there. So she flies both of them niggas over there to the temple shit. And because the girl that was with Wong destroyed the Darkhold. Like, she sacrificed herself.
Oh yeah. Damn.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Wong Shorty.
Word.
Also, Wong, I see you, boy. I see my boy.
He out
my
there.
two favorite people, Black Lives Matter.
Know what I'm saying?
You feel me? Wong and Wong going crazy. Let's go.
So he takes her to the temple or whatever, and because of that, they kind of had a severed connection to where she was dreamwalking, and she was able to get America over there, like, I guess with the portal shit, and now Strange is stuck with Christine, and they're trying to get the fuck out, and they end up landing where Sinister Strange is. And what we learn about that, even though, again, they're very subtle with a lot of the things that they were saying, I had to think about it afterwards, where he mentioned the reason why his world looks like that is, again, an incursion. And it started to melt his reality. And, he's talking with this Sinister Strange who has a Darkhold, because he needs that Darkhold to get them the fuck out of there.
My boy.
Right?
Hater Strange. Goat.
And they start battling, and these niggas start battling through notes.
niggas is writing the next best hit.
And that's when I was sitting there like, okay. At this point, one of my biggest complaints is, again, I started the part off saying that this was not the Multiverse of Madness. Like, this was literally just the duo-verse of hijinks. Because that's what it felt like, because they visited at least 3 different Earths. We have not seen another Wong. Where were the fucking Wongs of all these universes? where were the other heroes of all these other universes? Is literally just Strange in all of these worlds. Like, that's very weird to me. So again, it's a fucking valid complaint.
Listen. All I'm gonna say is maybe our Strange is a bum. That's all I'm gonna say. Maybe our Strange is the most bum ass Strange.
Nigga, like there's like no heroes in any of these other universes. But anyway, so they battled it out through notes. He manages to beat the other Strange. He flies out the window, and it felt like he actually died, but his third eye opened, so this nigga woke.
Nigga woke as fuck. Nigga
Through his
never
own
died.
death.
He said, niggas never die, nigga. We live forever, nigga. As long
Knowledge
as you
is
got
forever.
your third eye, nigga,
as long
you
as you
gonna
got
live
knowledge.
forever, nigga. It don't matter, son. First of all, can we acknowledge that his whole motivation was to take his bitch from a different universe?
Yo.
He seen her outside and was like, you know what? I want my girl back. And like that was it. It was
Nigga,
nothing else.
Yeah, that's it. That's all that
Nigga,
matters.
so you want the book? I want my girl back.
Yo, that shit was funny. So yeah, so he gets the Darkhold, and again, I feel like the horror elements of the movie were fire. Like for a Marvel movie. Like Sam did his thing with that. So he does the dreamwalking shit just like he saw Wanda did. And what he uses is the zombie Strange that died, our man Defender Siegel that died in the beginning of the movie that they buried. He dreamwalks into the dead body and uses that body to go find Wanda. So while he's doing that, he's breaking mad rules because you're not supposed to be able to dreamwalk a dead body because all the souls of the damned were trying to capture him. And I thought that was mad fire that this nigga was definitely like conjuring all these souls and turn these niggas into a cape and use these niggas to fly. I was like, okay.
I was like, nah, that's hard. Clap it up one time for Sam Raimi. He did a good job. That's hard.
I feel like all the supposedly scary elements of the movie
were the best.
Were really the best parts. Like they killed
were
that
all
shit.
the best.
Yeah.
Honestly, like I said, this is a Sam Raimi movie through and through. If you ever watched The Evil Dead, you would see the campy gore shit that he does is probably the best shit that he does.
Yes.
Like when it's like the borderline scary, but it's not ever scary. It's just like good creative things.
And I thought that part was really fucking creative.
It was
like,
really dope.
Turning the souls into a cape so he can fly was fire. So he lands, Wanda turns around and is like, yo, this nigga again? Holy shit, I can't get rid of this nigga. So he uses the souls to trap her. He gets Wong, because Wong was still there, to help trap her. And he's like, yo, America, you gotta control. He went Naruto on her. He was like, yo, like, talk no jutsu. Like, I need you to use your powers. We gotta be able to beat her because we can't stop her. I'm a zombie. Wong can't do it. Like, you gotta be the one. And she's like, I got it. And with the biggest writing plot hole of all time, they basically used the power of, yo, this you? to beat Wanda by showing Wanda herself. And basically was like, yo, Wanda, you scared of hoes. And they put her in front of a mirror. It was like, yo, this you?
And she was like, oh, fuck.
That's me.
They was like, L plus ratio plus your kids aren't real. That's basically what they did to her. She lost. And it was like L plus, ratio, wholest ratio, Wanda. And that's basically how she lost. I can't lie. She was scaring the bros.
She was scaring
the bros. She was scaring the bros. Like, she legit slapped herself out of the way in front of, like, nigga, first of all, if you were to kill yourself and then take your kids, do you think those kids would love you? Do you think they would even trust you? Do you think, like, whatever love that you would get from them would be, I am scared that this lady's gonna kill me like they killed our mom?
That's why I said America Chavez used the power of, yo, this you? Like,
of this you, facts.
Like, yo, this you right here. And she was just like, wow, like, it really is me. And she fell to her knees. And the other version of her was like,
to my knees and the Lord came. Like Lil Durk in that video. That's what she did. And that was how she got defeated by herself. Nigga.
By herself. Just by looking in the mirror. Like, yo, you a bad person and having to accept it. Like, that's basically how they beat Wanda. So the Scooby-Doo ending is basically she comes back and was like, yo, I can't do it. Like, cause I'm scared of kids. And in the worst possible way, again, going back to my thing about Maria Rambeau's death, she's like, yo, take her out of here. I'm going to destroy the Darkhold so no one can use it ever again. And she drops rubble on herself and supposedly dies. And that's
I don't know
and I'm just
why Sam Raimi thinks superheroes are just super effective. Rocks are like rubble is just super effective against superhumans.
Here's my fucking thing about that. If Wanda and all these people are so weak against Rock, why the fuck the Illuminati then just had the Thing on the team, my nigga? Because it would have been clobbering time.
And honestly, this movie is goofy enough that why didn't they just have a boulder on a string that they could have just yanked and dropped on Wanda while they were talking?
They could have did that in the Illuminati chamber. Like, that should have been the Home Alone trap.
Niggas could have did mad Home Alone. Like, honestly, the place with all the puddles in it could have had mad random rocks, like traps everywhere. It's just, all right. Yeah, continue. We're going to finish, and then I'm going to speed run through everything I hated about the movie.
So basically, the rubble falls on her. We never see Wanda again. We're to assume that she died, just like we're assumed that Maria Rambeau died again to Rocks. I just felt like that was like really lazy writing about killing the strongest people in the entire movie off by just debris. So that shit ends. Strange takes America Chavez back to the Camartage, and she becomes a student. So she's going to learn some level of magic and control of her power.
Here's another thing. One thing, real quick. This bitch can punch through the multiverse. It is cool that she's learning specific magic, but why y'all not helping her with the shit that she know already? That's already like hard for her to control.
Exactly.
But okay, continue.
Yeah, so he takes her there, and I just felt like his ending with that was just like dry. Because it was just like, you just went, nigga, you possessed a dead version of you. And you just tapped this kid on the head and said, well, see you later, kid.
All right, kid. I'm going to go be a fucking bum.
Yeah, I was like, wait, what? Like, and he was just like, see you later, Wong.
He's like, Wong, guess what? This is your job.
Yeah.
So, bye.
I was like, huh? It just felt, but you know what it felt?
We need that Wong Disney Plus series coming soon.
Yeah, you know what it felt like? Going back to Sam Raimi's style, it felt like I was watching 2002 like Spider-Man in 2022.
Yeah.
Like, I can appreciate Spider-Man's movie because I know the time period it came in.
True.
But for that to be the second Doctor Strange, the tone of the movie was totally different from the first one.
You forgot some of my favorite part of the movie.
Go ahead.
Is legit after he pats her on the head and just goes back. And the nigga's just walking down the block, and he goes, ah!
Yeah.
And then the third eye just opens. And it's like, nigga, what?
It was like, like he was having the greatest day
nigga,
ever.
What? Like, this nigga Strange need a fucking break. Nigga, why he can never get a break?
And then it fast forwards 3 weeks, and he has control again.
God, yes.
And then all of a sudden, we just meet Clea, and we're just like, wait, what?
Okay.
So here's my thing with that. First, I didn't recognize who that was, honestly, because I would consider myself a very large Marvel nerd. I wasn't deep into the Strange comics like that to pay attention to who that was. So I did have to go look that shit up.
As a deep comic nerd, and as a nigga in a chat with a bunch of comic nerds, I asked everyone, yo, be honest. Did y'all know who Clea was when she popped up? And everyone was like, absolutely not. We had to Google it.
Thank you.
And I was like,
thank you.
Because like, nigga, who is that?
Exactly. All I know, I was like, oh, Charlize Theron is in this?
Yo, that's what's up.
Oh, yeah. I was like, okay.
I thought it was somebody that was going to be in the Thor movie.
Right. Because I was like.
Because I'm like, oh, is this one of the gods? And this is probably teasing the Love and Thunder shit.
Exactly.
And no, that was Clea.
I was just like,
going to the dark dimension.
Huh?
They didn't even explain nothing to us. They just opened the portal, said something about incursions.
Yeah, she said, there's an incursion happened or whatever, and I need you. And he was like, okay. And then they just jumped into the portal. So I had to go look that shit up after the movie and learn that, she played two different roles. Like she's also a sorcerer. And she's also been his boo.
She's been his boo. She is the niece of Dormammu.
Yes, very important.
And she became Sorcerer Supreme recently in the comics because Strange died.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, I'm assuming that they're probably going to go the role of his boo because they were very obvious. in his relationship with Christine being over.
Yeah.
So I kind of felt like, okay, so he's gonna get a sorcerer boo. Got it. But at the same time, was just like, yo, y'all didn't even say her name. Like she just pulled
like,
up.
What the fuck is this?
And Strange was just like, okay, with his third eye. And it's like, yo, so we're not gonna talk about how this nigga has a whole third eye.
We're not even gonna talk about the second post-credit scene because that shit is just there. It was just there. Legit just a placeholder. It was like when niggas seen that post-credit scene with Captain America after Spider-Man.
I thought that was funny.
That one at least was hilarious.
Right.
And it was like enjoyable.
Exactly.
This was just like,
no,
nigga, no, we are okay. I love the Evil Dead. I love Bruce Campbell. I know who that guy is. I just said his name.
I know who he is.
I love Bruce Campbell.
Because I feel like you're about to say exactly what I was about to say.
Like,
go ahead.
And I love the cameos he had in Spider-Man movies and shit. But nigga, we are not like fucking 68. Like that niggas was not like
let me be even more clear about that, because there's even not being 68. I know people who are like our age or younger that like the Evil Dead. I don't give a fuck about the Evil Dead in the middle of a Marvel movie. Okay,
trying to tie together.
I don't care.
Like, and even if this was also okay, let me give him the benefit of the doubt, right? And let's say this was him basically saying the 838 universe is basically Tobey Maguire's universe or something. Let's say he's saying that. That has no significance with nothing.
I don't give a fuck.
Who cares?
I don't care.
We don't give a fuck.
It literally just felt like, hey, it's me, Sam Raimi, and these are all my characters from all my different.
Look.
Like, yes, I respect like when Adam Sandler does that, but I don't give a fuck about that right now.
It has nothing to do with Marvel.
You have a whole extra scene, and I felt it was a waste because there were things that happened in the movie that they could have used that to clarify.
Think both of them were a waste. And to be honest, like, even though the Clea shit makes more sense for like maybe what's happening in the future with Doctor Strange, it's just that I have a big problem when someone tries to tease something and all it does is give me more questions. In a bad way. In a bad way, not even in a good way. Like in a bad way where it's just like, oh, I have no clue why the fuck you even just showed me this.
Exactly. So here's one of my, like, after I watched it, I felt would have made a way better scene. Because you have all these things that happen in a movie that I want to get to now that we're, like, finished. A major plot point. You just killed off the entire Illuminati. Wanda did that, right? Why the fuck are all the leaders from all these different teams, why aren't there teams like, yo, what happened to Black Bolt? Yo, what happened to Professor X? A perfect end credit scene would have been these teams looking for Wanda, because we know that Mortal was alive, so he can explain what the fuck happened. Because clearly the Illuminati was not hidden. It was in Central Park. So all these different, the X-Men could have pulled up from the X-Men. She was like, yo, what the fuck is Professor X, my nigga? Like, who killed?
I'm going to be honest. I feel like that probably maybe might, because remember they said they reshot a lot of shit.
Yeah. So
I'm thinking that the two post-credit scenes we were supposed to get probably would have made more sense. And then they reshot them because because remember Marvel was going on that retreat and shit.
Yeah.
So I think they want to keep shit kind of up in the air until they actually figure out what's going on. Marvel, again, we've said this multiple times, but Marvel kind of doesn't know what they're doing, but they do. Like, they have some sort of structure.
Right.
But I feel like these two post-credit scenes kind of showed us that they're still working as they go. And I'm okay with that. I'm just not okay with the two post-credits.
I'm just not okay with the second one. The first one I'll let slide.
The second one was bullshit.
Because at least the first one, it still ties into like things that happen in the movie. Like they constantly saying incursion. And if you know what the incursion
Dark Dimension
is
again, because first movie. So
you know where that's leading. If you read the books, you know what the incursion is. The Secret Wars. Like we're going to that at some point. But the second one is just like, bro, you just wasted my time.
Yeah.
Like I literally sat here for like 5-10 extra minutes going through these credits for a Bruce Campbell. Like, nigga, I don't give a fuck. Like, I watched Evil Dead, but I don't give a fuck right now. Like, I don't care about this special Easter egg for Evil Dead fans. Go watch Evil Dead, nigga. I don't give a fuck right now. I felt that was a complete waste. Like I said, I felt like that would have been a perfect time to be like, yo, you could have did like an extra cameo scene from a person we weren't expecting. Like, yo, what happened to Professor X? And it could have been like the arms of Wolverine or some shit. Like, they're looking for Wanda now. So that would give them the perfect reason where all these different teams from this universe want to come to our universe because we got beef with the bitch that just killed all our leaders. Like, this is a perfect time for that. And I felt like instead of doing something like that and ending on like a bang, nigga, you gave us Bruce. I don't give a nigga. What? Are you serious? Right now, you wasted mad niggas' times. So that was my number one problem with the end credit scenes. Now, because I know you said you also have things you want to go through, like complaints or nitpicks or whatever. So I'm gonna let you start us off, and we could jump back and forth.
All right, so I have a list. I could just speed run through it.
Cool.
Just real quick. This is what I wrote. America Chavez is a vehicle for the story and not a character. Like, that was a big issue to me because, like, she just really felt like a thing that was there that they were using to make
push
sure
the story
go further. And I have no clue who she is.
Right.
Nothing like even the things that they told us about her. She seen a bee and then her powers opened and then her
even that felt like it was
like,
convenient
nigga,
that they wrote that into that.
Yeah,
like, oh, we gotta
just
figure out how to put
we
story
gotta
in
make
there.
sure this pushes the things forward. So she basically was just a fucking
plot point.
portal.
Yeah.
Basically. She was basically like the train to move the shit. Like, we didn't need Morta or Christine in this movie, but it's a Strange movie.
Right.
So they need to be there, but we didn't need them. Post-credit scenes, blah, hate them. Kinda nothing, and the trolling streak is continuing. Marvel has a little troll streak. The Eternals was probably... Was Eternals the last one that kind of mattered?
Yes. Actually, no.
What about Spider-Man? What was Spider-Man's?
Spider-Man was... Well, I'll talk about that in my thing. But you can say Eternals story-wise, yeah.
Eternals, their post-credit scene was probably the last important one. And maybe Shang-Chi. But
Shang-Chi's important.
Shang-Chi's also. Yeah, but they've been trolling us recently. And I've realized the streak is alive still. The intro, I already talked about Defender Strange in America random intro. It just felt super fucking random. The ending is anticlimactic as fuck. But I didn't hate like the power of family face your delusion ending. Like this you ending. I didn't hate it. Reed Richards and Dweeb Richards, man, and the Illuminati were fucking idiots. Let's just call a spade a spade. Them niggas was fucking stupid. I don't understand how they were a team when they was doing the things that they was doing. Like I said earlier, Dreamwalking is dope, but it's a cop-out. But it's a dope cop-out. And Hater Strange deserved more, man. And as a hater, I just feel like he could have been one of the villains. Like, that nigga was kind of moving kind of crazy. I liked it.
Okay, so I would say from mine, the biggest disappointment is a conversation I've had with a couple of people, including Cope, Shanae, a couple of people, was the movie felt like it was supposed to be bigger.
Yes.
Like, it felt like this, and honestly, for like a movie where like you would expect cameos, Doctor Strange is the perfect movie. This nigga is moving through multiverses. Even if these were background characters, this was your chance to fill out so many different like pieces of like, not even just fan service, but this was your chance to use Doctor Strange to introduce characters that you probably couldn't find a place to put in other series or movies. Because it can be explained because this nigga's going through different universes. He's causing incursions. Like, this is the perfect opportunity to do some shit like that. Like I said at the beginning of the episode, I don't know if it was marketing or a combination of marketing and my own, just hopes. Like, it just felt like it wasn't that. It was literally just all these different versions of Doctor Strange, yet we're going in all these universes and we're not seeing anyone else. The fact that we didn't even get a variant of Wong is just really weird to me. Like, no Wong, like, anywhere, like, no universe. Like, there's none, just, we just have the only fucking Wong.
Nigga, the thing about Marvel that I think is pretty hilarious is, like, they are telling us, you're 100% right. The scale of the movie was way smaller than it was supposed to actually be, right? But at the same time, I feel like Marvel does this thing where they're just like, this is a new universe. These are the people in this new universe. Deal with it. And they just do that. Exactly. And like, it's like one of those things where it's just like, nigga, there's no way you could tell me the Illuminati was these 8 niggas and these were the only 8 heroes or some shit. Like they like the same way you asked earlier about their teams and shit. Like where are other niggas? Like you would think like they would have like 2 or 3 random people that have to do with them just in the facility. Because
it's not
like
hidden.
just so you can see them. They don't even have to talk.
Exactly.
Like,
just to show
I could imagine seeing like Medusa from Inhumans.
Why
or
would
like
she not?
maybe since if niggas want to get real froggy, like maybe Logan is smoking a cigar somewhere. And like or nigga fucking the Thing. Like somebody like other than these niggas, because now it doesn't really feel believable. Even though the Illuminati did move in secret.
They didn't move in secret in this movie.
In this world, they didn't move in secret.
They were in Central Park, nigga. They showed like
y'all are not moving in secret. So like I'm very confused as to like what's actually going on.
So yeah, so that's one of my complaints. Talking about the Illuminati, the fact that Wanda, like I understand it's kind of like an anime thing where you show like a certain person's like power level, and then you show the next person as the threat that's stronger. But at the same time, my nigga, like, are you trying to tell me that these niggas couldn't put up a better fight against Wanda? Like, she was just so far out of their weight class. Like, it's very hard for me to believe. Like, these niggas, like, and then at the end of that, in the movie, they're just like, well, moving on story-wise, like, what? Nigga, she just killed off like 6 of the most powerful people we've ever met in 10 minutes, and we don't even talk about that again. Like, we just move on.
What's crazy?
No character mentions this again.
I stopped asking Marvel to, or just Marvel movies in general, to keep niggas accountable. Cause like Ronan like was wilding. Black Widow was wild. Like Wanda killed multiple people even before this.
Yes.
So like Tony got mad. Like all of them have like legit either gotten mad people killed or legit have killed guys.
Yeah.
Like we legit watched Falcon and the Winter Soldier and watched this nigga Falcon kick multiple niggas out of planes. Like even though they're terrorists, like they still kicking niggas off planes and killing them. So it's like I just stopped expecting them to actually keep people accountable. Because
and you know,
you can't just wipe that shit.
And that's what I'm saying. It's not even like just holding her accountable. I mean, story-wise, we are introduced to like these 6 super powerful beings, and she kills them off, and it matters nothing to the rest of the story going forward. Like,
oh yeah,
never again. Like, you don't even see Strange like, yo,
you know what's crazy is
she killed these niggas.
It's not even like when she went into that universe and Strange was in there and he was like, damn, the Illuminati gone, they're fucked.
Yeah.
Like, he was just like, all right, moving on. Yeah. Next scene.
There's no more heroes.
Nigga, that world is fucked. What, like, it's just, does that world just not exist no more or something?
It blew my mind. Another thing, the scene where they were like running from Wanda, we didn't cover that, but when they were running from Wanda and they went into like the Gap universe or whatever, where the Book of Vishanti was, and they burnt that book, and the black girl severed the connection with our Wanda and that Wanda, and you saw that Wanda wake up in this world, and she flies back to like the door or whatever, and like goes back in. She never closed the door, so anything could appear from that world into their universe, and we never talk about that. Like, she didn't close; she just went back, was like, "Oh, I gotta go back to my kids," and it's just left that way. The Book of Ashanti's been burned. This entire Gap universe that connects all the different universes is just wide the fuck open, and the Illuminati's dead. So it's just like, okay, so what happens here now? Like, just nothing? Like, we just gonna pretend like this didn't happen in the story? Also, even though I did read that part of the reason why is because of COVID, there was no mention of Tony, right? And I feel like there should have been some sort of Tony because they have the Ultron bots. And this is clearly a direct nod to Age of Ultron, where he built the first version of it, and then these were like the perfected versions.
I'm so mad we didn't get Tom Cruise, Tony.
I'm so fucking mad. So it's just like
that. But also,
I would have liked to see him. I would like to see him die again. I'm not gonna lie.
Let me be honest though. Yes, absolutely would love to see Tony Stark come through and die again. Absolutely would love that. I actually would write that if I was the person. Right. But also, And fuck. Y'all about to make me defend this nigga Tony Stark. I think they wrote Tony Stark out because it wouldn't make sense for them to not have a plan if he was there.
That's true. That's true.
Like it actually, I think I would hate that scene if Tony Stark was there. Because I'd be like, there's no way
he's too
both
paranoid.
Reed Richards and Tony Stark
don't have
some type of fail. Like, nigga, I was talking to the homies and I made a joke. I said, nigga, Tom Cruise Iron Man, if he was superior Iron Man, he would have put a dampener in that Wanda's heart 7 years ago.
Exactly.
Like, and would have been like, I waited for this moment, which they didn't believe me, but I knew it, and that's why I did that shit while you was asleep. And then we would not have a movie.
That's true.
Hilariously enough, I seen a meme earlier, and somebody was like, what Reed Richards should have said was, yeah, yo, Black Ball can tell you where your kid's at, Wanda. Hold on. And the movie would have ended.
That's a fact. That's a fucking fact. Let me see. Another one that kind of bothered me. Well, no, it didn't bother me. I thought it was very interesting was when Professor X was trying to tell the rest of the team when they were like trying to like kill off that Strange. And he was like, just because someone stumbles and loses their way doesn't mean they're lost forever. That was a direct nod to Days in Future Past.
Yeah.
When old Professor X told young Professor X that shit. So I thought that was really cool. Now here are a couple jokes. Basically, this whole movie is about a woman chasing kids that she made up.
Fake kids, nigga.
Now, the Scarlet Witch has the ability to make kids. Make some more kids. What the fuck what was the fuck of this point of this movie, my nigga? Just make new kids. You made these kids from magic. Use more magic. The fuck? You trying to tell me that Wanda don't got no hoes? Wanda don't got no hoes. She a Avenger, my niggas. Help save the world. She don't got no hoes. None. Not a single hoe. She can't call nobody up. Nigga, White Vision was like...
I was about to also say...
White Vision was Marge in that meme. I think we gotta
stop calling him White Vision the way he minds his business. Nothing is white about that man. I don't think he's White Vision anymore. Because if he was White Vision, he would have been in that bitch immediately trying to figure out what was going on.
He was embarrassed, my nigga. He was just like, I don't know any of this.
That's not me.
He was like Marge, like, I just do not call my phone. He found like a Roomba or a cordless phone to be his new girl, and he just never paid attention to her ever since, my nigga. Like, that shit was fucking hilarious. But the idea of Wanda doing all this shit when she could just have sex and have a kid. Like, I mean, like, it's just that simple. Like, she'd rather destroy the multiverse for some kids that she made up. Like,
that's her life.
Like, my nigga, just make more kids. You have the Darkhold now.
That's her life, boy. That shit is crazy. Niggas are crazy, son. You really be like thinking about like the plot really is just Wanda being delusional. Nigga. And like her being too strong for anybody to stop her from her delusion. Like, you can't even tell her like, yo, your kids is fake because she'll turn you into spaghetti. Like, that shit is crazy. Like, and there was literally nothing no one could do.
There was no accountability.
Besides show her herself.
Exactly.
Like, at some point where it's just like, she had to legit hurt herself
and
to be like kids. And scare her own children that don't exist.
To be like, wow.
To be like, bugging. Damn, maybe I'm bugging. Maybe the other Wanda has kids and not me. Like, nigga. That they made it seem like it was something else and it wasn't.
Exactly.
But I enjoyed it.
No, I did enjoy it. So,
but I do get the like, cause you, Coach Shanae, I nigga, we are all the same. Like, we like the comic book shit. Like, niggas but I feel like I'm probably now I've taken away the putting them on the pedestal and like expecting so much from Marvel specifically because they're at the top. Even though they're trying things and they are like trying to make a difference, they still know that we're going to watch those fucking movies anyway.
Facts.
So they can easily pretend like something is the biggest thing ever and then be like, nah.
And I think that is specifically what it was. Like, if this movie was presented to me as Doctor Strange the sequel, I would go in thinking Doctor Strange the sequel. But you went in making me feel like it's Civil War. And I know you can do Civil War because you made Civil War. So if you can do that, don't make the gravity of the movie seem like it's about to be this big thing when it's just about Doctor Strange. Like, just make it about, like, that's the problem with the marketing. Like, you didn't have to do that. I was gonna go see the movie if it was just Doctor Strange 2. Like, it was fine. It was perfect. I would do that. But don't make it seem like, yo, it's about to be crazy, my nigga. Like, we about to have some cameos. Like, they even said, like, yo, yeah, we filmed new cameo scenes because we saw how well things went with No Way Home. So we wanted to do some more. And it's like, all right, so you're pushing my hype level up, expecting crazy shit. Like, I'm just going, it's the multiverse of madness, nigga. Like, crazy shit's about to go down. No, it really didn't. Honestly, like, you killed off the Illuminati that lasted like 5 minutes, and the rest of the movie was just Doctor Strange running around telling Wanda, "You have no kids," and her just saying, "I want my kids," and that's the whole fucking movie, my nigga. Like, and then on top of that, again, the tonality of the movie is so fucking different from the first movie. Like, it's that campy, and I'm not gonna blame him because that's his style, but it's literally the campy Spider-Man style of 2020 in 2022. And that for me does not translate.
2002 and
Yeah,
2022.
it doesn't really translate that well to me because at least at that time I know what the movies were. Like, we've changed in, just the perspective of, like, as moviegoers, like the type of movies that we watch, even for superhero movies, even for Disney movies. It just didn't, it felt like a sore thumb. Like you said earlier, like, Wanda was the only person that felt serious and everyone was running around doing these crazy hijinks. And even Doctor Strange didn't feel like Doctor Strange. Like, he felt like he was playing someone else. Cause, like, I'm watching him in the movie and I'm like, yo, Doctor Strange from the first movie wasn't moving like this. Like, this don't feel right to me. Like, it just felt off. So, like, at the end of the movie, like, when the screen ended, I still kind of felt a little empty. Like, everyone I told you who saw it the first day was just like, it was cool. Like, it wasn't, it's, to be very clear, it's not a bad movie. It was just like, you just didn't feel like you got what you were looking for. You know what I mean?
I had fun, but at the same time, again, like, I didn't go with no expectations. So I think that maybe that's why I enjoy it so much.
And that's why. Yeah.
Also, because again, I said once the nigga went, ah, and the third eye opened and the credits rolled, I was like, nah, they not serious. I remember thinking in my head, like, nah. Like, if I had that thought,
Mhm.
that if I came into here expecting this to be some crazy shit, I would have been fucking pissed. Like, that
That's
happened in
why
my mind.
A lot of us felt that way because it felt like the trailers were leading us to this. Yo, you about to see some shit, boy. And we didn't. Like, we just kind of left, and it was just like, you know what it's like? It's like when you order something that you wanted and you gashed it in your head, like, yo, this fucking pizza is about to slap. And it's just like, you ate it and it was like, it was good, it was filling, but it wasn't what you thought it was about to be. You know what I mean? And just like I said, when we started, in the mortal words of my nigga Jadakiss, it's good, but it's not enough. Like, that's how it ended to me. That's how the movie felt. Like, it was cool, and that's why I said I need to see it again now that I know it is just a Doctor Strange movie and see how I feel about it. But yeah, I mean, I feel like we did a really good summary of the movie, a real good review, kind of covered, I want to say we covered about everything. Um I will say the last thing is on Secret Wars. Like, Marvel did say that they were already starting to work on whatever their next big thing was. And I feel like a lot of people didn't realize that. And even I didn't realize it at first. But when you look back at the shows we've seen so far for phase 4, Loki had variants, Spider-Man has had variants, Strange has had variants. Like, it's not a coincidence that all these doppelgangers keep popping up in these different movies and shows.
That's true.
It's leading somewhere. Like, this isn't just a fucking coincidence that all these different shows and movies have this
Hashtag
shit.
incursion.
Exactly. Like, we're leading to Secret Wars, and if they pull that shit off, granted, it's probably not going to happen for a while. I would say that is a pretty, and on top of that, the Russos did say the only way they would ever come back is if they were directing Secret Wars. So I feel like that's where we're headed. You can mark this in the episode. We could always come back and be like, we told y'all niggas. But I do feel like that's where we're headed. But yeah, I feel like we covered everything. You can give us some final thoughts, worthies, whatever you got, and we can get out of here.
Not only worthy is the murders.
Yeah, that's
all
it.
the murders. Every single one. And the Book of Ashanti.
Okay. So my
not the Book of Ashanti, the Book of Ashanti.
Ashanti.
that like niggas, if niggas would have told me I gotta go find the Book of Ashanti, nigga, I'm moving like Wanda. I'm moving like Wanda to get that shit.
Oh shit! All right, so let me see. My worthies, even though I kind of trashed on most of the episode, the video editing team for the trailer, because boy did y'all get me. Y'all niggas worthy as fuck, son. Y'all niggas had me. Y'all had me going in there thinking a whole different movie was about to come out. My second worthy is our local Bulletproof Comics. I mean, got a chance to visit there recently for free comic book day. Super chill. I'll probably have the full address in the description. If you're like local New Yorkers, go support, local comic book shops. Let me see. I got two more. Actually, yeah, I got three worthies. Moon Knight, The Midnight Mission, because I bought that book at Bulletproof. And The Last Ronin, nigga. That shit ended. I actually like the ending. I read the whole 5 chapters for the comic arc for it. That shit is good.
Hey.
So, if you have not read that, please go check that shit out. It's the first Ninja Turtles book I've read in fucking years. And that shit was hard. And final worthy, Patreon, nigga. Like, your boys is coming. Know what I mean? If you're trying to get episodes like this, like a long fucking, 2-hour fucking movie type episode, nigga, we gonna be having them shits on Patreon. So definitely look out for that. Join the Gene Lantern community, JLC, you know what I mean? We coming for
denims,
real,
bring them denims.
Yeah, bring them denims. Your finest the denims, crease them joints up.
Facts.
Yeah,
boot
and that's it.
Boot cut though.
Boot cuts. Only boot cuts. So this has been another issue of the Mighty Metahumans podcast, providing you with that high quality nerd commentary. Subscribe, leave a review, tell a friend, follow us on Twitter and Instagram at the Mighty Metas. Like I mentioned earlier, follow us on Patreon. Subscribe. Your boys is coming. You can find me on every social media site as Old Dirty Dennis. That's OLDIRTYDENNIS. And you can find my man Colton.
The Colton Show __
Colton Show
on Twitter, and then the Colton Show everywhere else.
All right.
I'm gonna be on Twitch and everything.
Yeah, he coming back, and I'm definitely coming back to Twitch. Don't worry, it's about to happen. It's going down.
I had to take a little hiatus. I'm back though.
Know what I mean? So give us a final quote. Send us home. Know what I mean?
I guess they really Scooby-Dooed this shit. Me about this movie.
Yo, we out. Oh shit.